This is a conversation about Angel Reese's response to the First Lady of the United States of America, and I want to know what you feel. Um, I'm not conflicted. I'm very, very solid, but I'm going to play the clips. So she was asked, Angel Reese, the NCAA women's basketball most outstanding player, the player of the team that won Louisiana State, LSU. And so she was asked because First Lady Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, suggested that perhaps in addition to inviting LSU, that she would ask the president if he would also invite Iowa, because typically the president invites the winners of the NCAA, men and women, to the White House, right? And the NBA champs and the hockey champions go to the White House to meet the president and the First Lady. So she suggested that. I don't think, and let me just say this, and y'all could disagree, I don't think Jill Biden in her mind was thinking, I'm going to be a toxic, racist woman and make the suggestion because I want the white girl to come, because I think that, I don't necessarily just want to sit with the black girl. So the commentary that I'm seeing would lead people to believe that Jill Biden is a raging racist. I do not think that Jill Biden is a raging racist. I think Jill Biden is an American. I think Jill Biden is a woman of a certain age, raised in a nation, in a bubble, because even those who think they're liberal and they read books and they got some black friends and they like black music and fried chicken and they eat at Popeyes, that they feel like, that they're not racist. But you can't not be racist, double negative, in a nation that was rooted and founded in racism. Like, it's built in. They're black folk, people with brown skin, with from Asian speaking different languages, who are racist because it's the the default of America. It just is. So previously, people did not have the opportunity to express themselves when there was these microaggressions, whether we're at our jobs, whether we are, in community. We always felt like we needed dulcet tones. I didn't want to be considered an angry black woman. I don't want to be seen as aggressive if I'm a man. So we swallowed a lot, which is why I think we also find comfort in food, drugs, sex, and also the stress levels of stuffing our feelings. That has been, for the last 100 years after emancipation, the de facto behavior of people who have been under the ether of these microaggressions. What Jill Biden did was microaggress Angel Reese and the LSU team. She didn't know it, because who's there to teach it? And not everyone's going to read, Ibram Kendi, nor should they necessarily, to find out how to be an anti-racist, or Robert DiAngelo's Fragility, White Fragility. And most people aren't going to read those books because they don't feel like they have a problem. It's like, so I feel like America has an addiction that is untreated. Definitely a disease. It's like they're not going through a 12-step program, and instead 74 million y'all decided to double down on the drugs. This is like, let me take crack now. We were on heroin, let's go vote for Trump. Now they're just full on racist crackheads. That's where we are. But it's a sickness, right? So you have to see it that way. She didn't know what she was doing. Jill Biden didn't know what she was doing. She thought, well, there's all this conflict. Can we all get along? She had a Rodney King moment in her head, I guess, because she didn't hate the team. She went to go see them before the game. And Angel Reese said because President Joe Biden didn't have them to win, they didn't let him in the locker room. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. And then I'm looking at Kim Mulkey side-eyed, like, really? You ain't let the first lady into the locker room? Like, so who's running the asylum? Some would say. Looks like the players are. And I'm here for it. Somewhat. Here for it, somewhat. But let's play Angel Reese's commentary when asked about vice presidential First Lady and her suggestion, which got completely, she had to walk that back. As she got dog walked virtually, she walked back that statement, and the president had to put out a statement like, damn it, you making it hard for me to get reelected. And she is. This doesn't help, but let's play the clips, Ms.
Same. If we were to lose, we would not be getting invited to the White House. And I remember she made a comment about both teams should be invited because it was sportsmanship. And I'm like, are you saying that because of what I did and what, like, that stuff like that, it bothers me because you are a woman at the end of the day. You're supposed to be standing behind us before anything. So it's hard to see things like that and not to comment back on it. And that's why she wants to come out and apologize. But at the same time,
The damage is
I
done.
don't accept I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't accept the apology because of you said what you
Jill
said.
Biden.
Yeah.
First lady.
The wife,
First lady.
yeah.
You said what
First
you
lady.
said, and you meant what
I
you
said what I said. And like, you can't go back on certain things that you say. I mean, you felt like they should have came because of sportsmanship, right? They can have that spot. Like, we'll go to the Obamas. We'll see, I'm gonna see Michelle. I'm gonna see Barack.
Hold on. So did you guys speak to the first lady
No, apparently she was supposed to come to our locker room before the game, but we said no.
before the game?
Yeah, she was supposed to come to our locker room and go to Iowa's locker room. I don't know if she talked to them. I don't know if she did, but we said we didn't want to. We didn't want her coming
Why?
to the locker room. I think Joe Biden had put somebody else to win the national championship. He didn't put us on his bracket to get out of Baton Rouge. So I was like, bet.
Michelle and Barack, I don't know. Listen, let me just say this with my full chest. Y'all who have children, if you meet me in them streets with them children and they call me Karen, there's gonna be a problem. You better let your children know we're not peers. I am not your colleague. I say this to my students, and there's several of them right now to this day will never call me Karen, ever. No, it's not acceptable. And I don't care. You could be 100 years old. I will never be Karen to you. I'm always going to be Professor Hunter to you because that's how you met me. And that's how we're going to always get down. I do not blur lines because I do believe that there are children and adults. So he is President Barack Obama. She is First Lady Michelle Obama. And if she didn't learn that at home, and I feel like some of y'all, because you don't have respect either, and to me, that is respect. You're going to respect your elders. When I hear somebody even on the phone that sounds like they may be older than me, they get the honorific of Miss so-and-so. I am not calling them by their first name because there should be, to me, a respect of people's titles. Now, you have to earn respect at the same time, but I feel like if you lived on this earth 70 years, you should not be called by your first name, especially if you're a Black woman. And especially if you're a Black young person, that should be taught in the household. So the notion of calling Barack and Michelle, I've heard melanemic, hateful people reduce them because they understand the reduction and not giving them their proper title. And Dr. Biden is still the First Lady of the United States. She's not just some rando off the street. And so while Angel Reese is having her moment, I think in this moment, we still have an opportunity to teach. And we should. And just because now she's got millions of dollars coming in NIL deals doesn't absolve her from growing. She's 20, so we're going to give her some grace. But I'm going to need whoever's in her life to have a conversation. Now she may be right now smelling herself so much that she will reject this. But one day she's going to be in her 50s and 60s and want somebody to put some respect on her name.